It's finally here, folks. Finally getting some story beats to Secret Invasion. Get excited.
Is that what this is?
Is it not?
I thought we got the story beats in the first teaser.
Sorry, I guess that wasn't the best phrase, but usually, when they show like the first trailer, it's not it's not heavy on plot. They just give you different, little snippets. I feel like when you get the second trailer, they're more like, okay, here's kind of more of a through line.
Okay, I kind of felt we already had the plot. Skrulls trying to take over the world.
Yeah, but I feel like we're gonna get more. This is
Okay,
called the official trailer.
okay.
Wasn't the other thing called the official teaser?
I don't know what they're called, man. I just know Samuel L. Jackson is back without the eye patch.
Without the eye patch, his eye looking all crusty and moldy and gangrened and all that stuff.
Yep.
Um, I guess we should say who we are. This is the We Trying channel slash Nerdy by Nature Productions.
No, we're the We Trying channel presented by Nerdy by Nature Productions. One day you'll get it right.
No, I said what I said.
You'll be on your deathbed because I'm gonna have my hands around your throat, but you'll get it right.
So then it'll just be uh, a nerdy nature.
Nah,
I
it'll
don't
still
know.
be Nerdy by Nature Productions.
Just one person.
And then I'll do what they always do in those black videos. I'll give a shout out to my homie fallen in the war, Michael Patterson.
Aren't they gonna know that you did it? Like you did the war.
It's black on black crime. They don't care about that.
Horrible. For more hot takes like that, be sure to like, comment, subscribe about black on black crime. We'll give them all to you here.
And I've threatened murder and insurrection in less than 2 minutes, and I didn't even curse. That's a record for me.
I'm proud of you. You ready to get to this trailer?
Let's do it.
All right.
Fury,
Yeah, I know that guy.
since you've been gone,
Since you've been gone.
things have gotten much worse.
Tom Cruise did it first.
How you think I came back?
You're in no shape for this fight that lies before us, old friend.
This is personal.
Very few of us know about the wars fought in the shadows that have raged on this planet. Do you feel responsible?
Where are the Avengers?
This war is one I have to fight. Alone.
You're the most wanted man on the planet.
You don't know what they have planned for you.
The great Nick Fury. One last fight.
June 21st.
So correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't Marvel Studios in green as well? Was that just my crappy computer?
I think it was like a blackish green, like the
But it
color
was
of
like,
the overall thing.
but what I'm saying is like it was all the lettering had a green hue to it. Correct?
I mean, we'll find out here in a second. Why? You got a theory about that?
No, no, no. I've noticed that they leaning heavily on the green because scrolls are green, and I wasn't sure if they started in the beginning, but
Mhm.
I'm very interested in this only because I've always enjoyed the spy side of the MCU and Marvel comics.
Winter Soldier's my favorite.
I've always enjoyed like the subterfuge, the spies, Black Widow, Captain America. In the comics, your ground heroes, your Daredevils, your Punishers, those have always been some of my favorite.
Hmm.
So to see this in the MCU is cool because it's a different take. If you've read the comics, you know Secret Invasion was a big summer blockbuster crossover with all the comics culminating, ending with Harry Osborn becoming the leader of what is Shield. Um,
Hmm.
it becomes a new agency called Hammer. He assembles what's called the Dark Avengers, which is basically villains disguised as heroes.
Hmm.
Um, it sets up a new status quo in the Marvel comics. This looks to be something totally different. This looks to be more ground and pound, more we've been working in the shadows kind of thing, and I like it. I'm really all for it. We've seen Kingsley Ben Adir. I
Hmm.
wonder if he's a super scroll.
Looks like it.
Um,
He's got
I
stretchy powers.
so I'm wondering if he's a super scroll. I believe Olivia Colman may be a scroll.
And she calls him a friend.
Yes, but that just means that they could have infiltrated that level of
Right, right. But I guess what I'm saying is I'm curious if like has she been around for a while? Because if we think about it, even in this timeline, Samuel Jackson knows. Oh, you went away for a second.
my camera.
Yeah.
That's what happens. You got this janky equipment.
Uh,
If you don't want us to have janky equipment, like, comment, and subscribe, and
okay.
tell your friends
Yeah.
so Leroy can get a better camera. See how that
Yeah.
works?
But the, Nick Fury has known about scrolls in the MCU since the 90s. So
Yep.
it's feasible that maybe Olivia
She could
Colman had that
is a
character have been a
scroll.
scroll forever. Possibly.
True, true. Or it could be another scroll. I mean, the one thing about the scrolls in Marvel Comics has done it is that they have taken people off the board that they want to say, hey, that person was a scroll the whole time. So anything out of character, scroll.
Hmm.
Or you want to reboot that character and start them over and say, oh, that person was a scroll. So now here's the real so and so.
Sure.
During Secret Invasion, there were a number of characters who were scrolls. One of them being Mockingbird, which was Hawkeye's wife slash ex-wife, whatever you want to call her.
Hmm.
Um, I really want to see who ends up being a scroll now
Sure.
because I think that would be something the MCU hasn't had that you know that moment like it used to have where things popped and things grabbed your attention. Um, I think Secret Invasion could be the first thing that does it this year.
Sure.
I really think that
And
this
do you
could be
think
the
it gets
one.
set up like Thunderbolts possibly or
I mean, it definitely could. If I'm quite sure Kevin Feige has this huge board, kind of like DOT, Department of Transportation.
I was thinking of when we went to Fort Jackson and we got to see in that room where they had stuff lined up of
Mhm.
here's this group and this group. It makes me
Yeah,
think of that kind of.
when this group, so whenever a recruit division comes in, Fort Jackson is one of the largest training bases on the East Coast, and honestly, the country.
Yeah, the country.
Trains soldiers, trains recruits to become soldiers, Army soldiers, and in that room they had two for the next 6 months. I'm telling you, they had it plotted out. What recruit division was going where? Who was going to be their drill and their DI? Who was going to be where they were going to end up in training? I mean, it was nicely plotted out. But I was thinking of Department of Transportations. Whenever you see those boards and you're like, okay, here's where we normally have traffic set up, and this is when road construction is going to be. Here's
Mhm.
where traffic is, and we're going to have road construction, so we're going to have to divert. I'm quite sure Kevin Feige has that board where he has Secret Invasion. Here's who's in this show. Here's where they're tied to, kind of like honestly, the best thing I can think of, um, Pepe Souza, Charlie in the basement.
Sure.
It's
Sure.
always funny in Philadelphia. That's Kevin Feige.
Hmm.
And he's down there. So I wouldn't be surprised if like. And here's the thing: you see who's in the show, right? So according to IMDb, we're going to get um, what's his name? Everett K. Scott,
Everett K. Ross?
Everett K. Ross. He's going to be in one episode, but on this type of show, Yelena could show up.
Sure.
Hawkeye could show up because these are not your because they're asking about where are the Avengers. These are not your Thor showing up. This is your behind the scenes, your shadows, your people who can blend in.
Right.
So this would be very interesting to see who does show up. Does Sharon Carter show up? Is Sharon Carter a scroll?
Kevin Feige, friend of the show, Kevin Feige. We're here. I know there's a reason why she's been off in Winter Falcon. I know she's a scroll. Make my thing be true.
That's a very good possibility. And this is one of those things where you could really reset the balance in the MCU because certain people that you think, oh, that's a whatever you want to call them, that's not how they really were, you know. So I'm really excited for this.
One thing I think is interesting is they keep building up to like we know like the end of this arc or whatever is supposed to be Kang stuff, right? And it kind of feels like that could be your end threat, but I almost wonder if like Skrulls could be an end threat, like a sector of Skrulls could be some sort of end threat, and then I wonder how it all works together towards Arc 5 and Arc 6, or Phase 5 and Phase 6.
Well, here's the thing. I think you can have multiple arcs going on at the same time because if you think about it, they've already said they're going to slow down production as far as like what they produce. Because, and I've said this, if you want to go watch our Phase 4 review, I said this about Phase 4. That was a lot that they produced for that phase for various reasons. COVID. 2, that was when the show started. So all along, all the shows that came before it were not directly tied into the MCU. Right. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Agent Carter, Inhumans. You could actually say none of that is canon if you wanted to. But perfect Runaways.
Well, Agent Carter is.
Huh?
Agent Carter is.
Agent Carter is. But I mean, you could easily just be like, didn't happen.
Sure.
But Phase 4 had a lot of setup, and I feel like this is probably going to be the opportunity to build on that setup. In other words, you know who these characters are, so you don't have to be like, where did I see? You've been paying attention. You've seen this character before. I think that this is going to be the one that allows you to say, okay, we've had these threads. One big bad is Kang, but for the regular people, your ground level heroes, your secret agent type heroes, the Skrulls could be a big bad. Because here's the thing: what was in that case?
I don't know.
And see that's it could just be a MacGuffin. It could be the suitcase from Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
But that would be funny if it was a suitcase from Pulp Fiction.
With Samuel Jackson. Yeah.
I would really like to see Bad Motherfucker somewhere on a wallet.
That would be cool.
That would be cool.
Or they figured out a way to get the letters, but it meant something else. Yeah, that could be something. Yeah.
Or, I mean, you already got old boy who's the Abomination, Tim Roth. So all we need is John Travolta.
Sure.
But
he's not doing nothing. He could be in a Marvel movie.
Whoa. He's doing a lot of stuff. He's doing T-Mobile commercials.
I stand by what I said.
Hey, man.
T-Mobile commercials and God of War commercials.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's busy. But
okay.
No, I'm really excited to see this. This is coming out June 21st. I expect Marvel probably is going to be at San Diego Comic-Con or one of these cons, or maybe they may have their own fandom at the Dome, whatever, like DC, because they really need to build
Star Wars Celebration this year, or was that last year? Because they do that every 2 years, right?
I think it was a year ago.
Okay, so they're probably not doing one this year.
No.
Okay.
Don't they only do them on even years? Oh, Star Wars Celebrations on even years? Hey,
Star
in the
Wars
chat, look that up.
2023. Buy your Star Wars Celebration 2023 tickets. Well, that doesn't make any sense.
Just type in when is the next Star Wars celebration.
A Star Wars Celebration Europe is next week. XL London in England.
So
But
when's
I
the
don't
next
see
one
a
after
big
that?
one. So I guess it's
Ah.
gonna be 2024, like a huge one or whatever.
Or maybe they do one each. They off years. Like America has one, Europe has one, America has one. Does that make sense?
I always thought it was in America.
I don't know. I'm not big on my Star Wars celebrations. I'm just excited when they're announced.
Sure.
But no, I'm I'm optimistic for this one. I know a lot of people were kind of down on Ant-Man and the Wasp. We reviewed it. It had some good and some bad. The good was Jonathan Majors and Michelle Pfeiffer. The bad was everything else. And now Jonathan Majors may be in jeopardy
Sure. Yeah, that's
based on
gonna be
how
interesting.
based on how this news goes. I don't know how he'll weather this storm these if anything comes of this. But
Mhm.
he was to me the bright spot of Ant-Man and the Wasp, and the one thing I was looking forward to because I felt like he could carry the new big bad villain role.
Yeah.
So
So in a way, maybe this does work as a backup in case that doesn't work. Like, hey, we're pivoting.
yep,
We're gonna.
Yep.
You're gonna see more scrolls than we thought. Like,
Yep.
okay.
it's a big possibility.
Yeah. Any other closing thoughts here, sir?
Nah, I kind of want to watch it again. So after we get done with this, I'm gonna go watch it again.
Okay. Well, we are recording as the last match of WrestleMania is happening. So like, comment, subscribe. Root for Roman Reigns or Cody Rhodes. I don't know. You let us know in the chat who you think's going to win.
NWO.
That would be wild if NWO came out. I'd be like, wow, Vince McMahon just does not give a fuck. But
I mean, he doesn't.
he does it, but
Literally.
he really does it. Yeah. All right, that's it for us, folks. Later.
Deuces.